Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Subhanallah, Ramadan this year without being at the mosque, it's going to be tough. Generally, Ramadan, especially these years, the children have been at school most of the day. You have that free time to read your Quran. You have that energy, to cook. And then in the evening, you get to go to Taraweeh. Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has restricted us at this time and is challenging us to keep the spirit of Ramadan anyway. So this is a video where I thought I would just share some ideas and tips that I thought of that would help all of our families and all of us individually help keep that spirit of Ramadan mosqueless. So let's take a look at the first one. Taraweeh, this is the big one, right? Taraweeh is a huge thing for so many people. And we see the numbers at the mosques just increase by year. And it's beautiful when you go into the mosque in the evening and you make your Isha, and then, sometimes there's like a little khutbah, a little reminder before to tell about what the Quran is that's going to be read that evening. And then you stand shoulder to shoulder with your brothers and your sisters in the different areas of the mosque, and you listen to the beautiful recitation, and it really fills your heart if you know what's being said, and it even fills your heart even more. And just that lovely recitation, the preparation for the people who are hufad, or the people who are the imams, the preparation and the work that they do is such a benefit for the whole community. So how do we replicate something like that at home? This is going to be a test, right? Well, hopefully you have somebody in your family that at least knows some Quran. We don't have to know Surah Al-Baqarah in order to lead the Salat al-Taraweeh. If we are alone, then we just read what we know. And the scholars have also said that we can read from the book. So if you are able to read Arabic and you don't actually know the surahs, you can work your way through the Quran on your own, picking up the mushaf and reciting for as long as you possibly can. So it's a way for you to really internalize and really make that night prayer really special. So it's not called Taraweeh if it's done at home, right? It's called Tahajud, and the very last odd rak'ah is called Witter. Now, Witter is something that you should be praying all year around, right? Witter and Tahajjud should be some things that we've already established. So because Ramadan is so long away still, we have more than a week left now, we should already be implementing Witter into our day. Now, there are some of the companions that they used to pray it before they went to bed after Isha. Other people, they used to get up before the Fajr, before Fajr came in, like suhoor time, or before that, to offer it then. So either way, whichever works for you, or getting up in the middle of the night, if you already are up in the middle of the night, then that would be a great time. So this last third of the night is a beautiful time for us to establish offering that salah in the nighttime anyway, so that when Ramadan comes, we can up it a little bit, and we can increase our Quran recitation, and we can increase our the lengths of our rak'ah and how many rak'ah we make. So now this is the biggest struggle, especially in my family, because we live near a mosque, and every weekend we would go to the mosque, maybe 1 or 2 days on the weekends, and we would partake in a community iftar. And this is so beautiful because, if your children are fasting and they see other children fasting with them, and then, the anticipation of waiting for the adhan to call in the mosque, to eat the dates and have the water and the soup and whatever wonderful things that the beautiful volunteers and the beautiful donors have brought to the mosque for people. And, sometimes you'll bring your own dish and share, and everybody, it's just such a wonderful, beautiful community feeling. And this is the part that's really going to hit my family hard, especially for my youngest children, because this is like the big highlight. We're still counting down to Ramadan. And so what we can do for the iftars is that we can actually just, make iftars special in any way we possibly can. Now, I know a lot of us, they spend a lot of time making the iftars really special, a lot of beautiful dishes and fancy things all the time. But we could maybe tone down what we're cooking through the rest of the week, and then make Friday night special, right? You have like a special meal on Friday night. And you don't have to be alone, right? Just like now, when we're thinking about others, and we're trying to keep in touch with other people, we do video calls and we do video chats. So open up a video chat with family or friends, and you can all, especially if you're in the same time zone, you can sit and you can break your fast together this way. You can make your du'as together this way. It's a beautiful way to connect, and it's what we have, so we may as well try to make the best of it. We can sit with others and we can break our fast together digitally, inshallah. So this is one of the things. And then also the aspect of just going into the mosque more during Ramadan. We find that people will find a time when they're fasting and they would like to enter the mosque just to have that stillness and that quiet, especially for moms, that alone time, just you and Allah, just you in Allah's house. And so inshallah, we could look at how we can benefit each other by making like a little musalla inside our houses. So for the women, we should already have a place, a secluded place that we set aside for us to pray on our own. But because we're praying in Jama'ah these days, right? All of our families are with us, or if we're with just one other person, we do have to have a place to pray, in Jama'ah. So I would consider an idea of having like a special place. This is just for the salah. So we don't sit there, we don't eat there. It's just for prayer. And it can make something very special for children too. If you have children at home with you, that they can have like a special spot just for them to pray, so that when it's time for prayer, establish the adhan. This is something that's a beautiful reminder that I saw recently. Establish the adhan in your house. The blessings of the adhan are not solely for the masjid. Of course, we love to hear the adhan coming from the masjid, and we love to hear that to help us know when to break our fast, when the salah starts, how much time we have to make our sunnahs before the salah comes and the iqamah is called. But when we consider calling the adhan in our houses, there's so many beautiful benefits to that. And there's so many lovely reminders about the adhan that you can look them up, but like the barakah of chasing away the shaitan, and the barakah of saying the beautiful reminders and du'as that we say along with and after the adhan. So inshallah, establish the adhan and establish Ramadan. And I hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses you with the ability to come closer to Allah, keep the Quran in your heart, and keep the masjid type of feeling in your home of community. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make this Ramadan the best ever. Let's make a dua that Allah makes this Ramadan the best ever. This is the Ramadan that we can get closer to Allah. The distractions of leaving the house and doing tons of shopping and taking the family out, these things are gone. We have a relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala where He looks into our hearts, and we can sincerely fast for His sake alone. And even if there wasn't any interest in saying, oh, okay, I'm fasting with this one, and saying that, oh, we're a community and we're fasting together, you're fasting on your own this time. You're not, you don't have that support of the family, but you have the support of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when you break your fast and you decide to share that time with somebody, it takes more effort. You have to call somebody, give a video call, and the recitation of the Quran, subhanAllah, your own recitation of the Quran, the Imam is not getting the reward of your recitation of Quran. You are going to get your own reward of recitation of the Quran. And so any study that we do, any work that we do towards this goal, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us for every letter we recite and every morsel of food that we cook and every bit of care and dua that we make for each other. وجزاك الله خيرا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.